We Miraculous Ladybug fans have survived the hiatus, and the first episode of Season 6 has officially aired on television. After the previous season's finale, I woke up feeling rejuvenated and eager to see what was in store for Ladybug and Cat Noir. I was surprised to learn Marinette still struggles to connect with Adrien and accept help from her other allies. These struggles will likely persist throughout the season, so the events of the Illustrhater were the perfect way to ease the audience into Marinette's personal life, reminding us of everything she's endured and the battles that still lie ahead. I enjoyed the episode. It simultaneously felt like a series reboot and like revisiting old friends amidst a new chapter in their lives. With an entire season ahead of us, today's video will be a complete recap of the Illustrhater.
But when our emotions get the best of us, sometimes we do silly things.
The episode begins with Lila sitting at a desk surrounded by a mountain of notebooks, like the one she used in Miraculous World London. The notebooks stack from floor to ceiling and obscure her image, preventing the audience from seeing her face. She mumbles about whatever she's writing as if each word is a story she's mapping out from beginning to end. Concerningly, Nuru lays prone at the top of the desk, completely paralyzed with his wings spread. His Miraculous sits beside him. In the next scene, Marinette and Alia have a sleepover in her bedroom. The room is a mess. They each have dark circles under their eyes. Clearly, they've been up all night trying to come up with theories about the new wielder of the Butterfly Miraculous. There's even a tea kettle and used cups on the table, which is a nice touch. There are many close-up moments between the friends, showing off the details on their faces and their Miraculouses. Some little touches I loved seeing, thanks to the new animation style, are the freckles under Marinette's nose and the backs of her earrings. Alia reminds Marinette that despite not knowing who the new wielder is, she has a team of superheroes at her back who are prepared to help. In true Marinette fashion, she spirals about her decision to give out the Miraculouses, worried her team could become compromised due to akumatization. Alia rallies her, reminding her that everyone on the team has been akumatized before and knows how to handle their negative emotions. I found this line peculiar because it implied that Alia knows the secret identities of the other holders, a responsibility previously held by Ladybug alone. The sun rises outside, and Marinette cues the audience into her plans for the day, stating that Nino and Adrien will be there soon and that they had to get ready for the movies. Exhausted from their night of investigation, Alia tries to cancel with Nino so she can sleep in, but Marinette prevents her. She claims she feels nervous about messing things up with Adrien and needs a perfect couple to watch and follow through with their example. Annoyed and worried, Alia tries to tell Marinette she needs to be brave and spend time alone with her boyfriend. But Marinette rushes her out of frame to start getting ready. The episode then cuts to the new intro, which features the original song but with new scenes. The French superhero team is shown several times in their updated costumes when Marinette mentions having a secret no one knows. It is no longer about her identity as Ladybug, but about Gabriel's life as Monarch. After the intro, the episode moves on to Adrien and Nino standing at a bus stop, only for Marinette and Alia to join them. Alia and Nino greet one another sweetly, emphasizing their long-term relationship. Marinette tries to copy them throughout the bus ride to the theater, only to embarrass herself each time. Her nerves will get the better of her by the end of the day, but they're interrupted by a crack in the road, which fractures and nearly sends their bus into the Seine. Alia and Nino offer to handle the problem and reveal they're permitted to help civilians so long as an akumatized villain isn't involved. Marinette and Adrien offer them cover so they can transform, allowing Rena Rouge and Carapace to temporarily repair the bridge and escort the passengers to safety until law enforcement arrives. They leave the scene to de-transform and decide to keep their distance, believing Marinette and Adrien need some time alone to figure themselves out. They choose to use their free time to investigate the wielder of the Butterfly Miraculous. Marinette frantically messages Alia at the bus stop, only to learn that her friend has ditched her for her own good. She tells Adrien they'll spend the rest of the day alone, leading to them later standing in line at the theater. Marinette watches other couples in the area and tries to mimic their behavior, only to clumsily hold the wrong person's hand. Adrien tries to ask if she's okay, but they're interrupted by Ryuko going by, prompting Marinette to flee and transform into Ladybug, much to Tiki's dismay. She interrupts Ryuko by using her lucky charm to put out a fire. After she puts the fire out, Marinette returns to the theater to find Adrien still waiting for her. He's disappointed that the movie is almost over, so she suggests that they go to a cafe across the street for drinks. Meanwhile, Nino and Alia begin their investigation. They start with an interview with Mayor Bustier, one of the first people akumatized by the new butterfly wielder, who tells them she remembered being worried about her baby child, hearing several different voices, which mask the gender of the villain. They later move on to interview Sublime's mother, who becomes akumatized in the episode Sublimation, but she remembers little about her experience. Back at the cafe, Marinette continues mimicking other couples. She orders cookies and hot chocolate to hand-feed Adrien, but ultimately finds herself kicking him beneath the table. She panics, stating that she wasn't trying to hurt him. They're interrupted by the cafe owner's daughter, a bright-eyed little girl who wants to share her drawings with others. Marinette and Adrien are interrupted again by Miss Hound passing by, causing Marinette to rush to the bathroom and transform, shooing away the little girl Maya in the process. She interrupts Miss Hound from saving a cat in a tree before intercepting Polymouse, helping children recover their soccer ball beneath a parked car. Abandoned by Marinette once more, Adrien notices Ladybug and Polymouse and decides to join them as Cat Noir. He pays for their meal at the cafe, but the wind picks up the money, leaving the check tray empty. He immediately notices something is wrong with Ladybug and follows her to the rooftops. He questions her behavior, as she gives the other wielders their Miraculouses so she doesn't need to tackle everything alone and could have some personal time. She deflects, using the new wielder of the Butterfly Miraculous as an excuse to keep working. With little to do, she rushes to help empty recycling bins from Paris' streets. Cat Noir joins her out of worry, questioning how things are in her personal life. Naturally, she refuses to admit how nervous she is with her new boyfriend and claims everything is fine. Across town, Lila has felt Maya's negativity. After her father ignores her after he learns about the unpaid check, she rushes to hide, only to find her subconscious pulled into a subliminal place where Lila appears under the guise of her featureless villain form. She doesn't give her name or her intentions, but she convinces her to accept her new powers as the villain named the Illustrhater. As the Illustrhater, she brings her drawings to life with a magic notebook, wreaking havoc on the rest of Paris. Back in Alia's bedroom, she and Nino are the first to notice Illustrhater and transform to help civilians caught amid her creations, despite knowing it goes against one of the rules put in place by Ladybug. During this sequence, Carapace uses his shelter twice in a row, suggesting the possibility that other wielders may no longer need to de-transform to use their powers more than once. It seems they made the right decision, as on the other side of the city, Ladybug and Cat Noir remain unaware of Illustrator's presence until their fellow heroes call them. As a team, the four heroes evade Illustrator's drawings and try to talk her down using a megaphone summoned by Ladybug's lucky charm. When their plan doesn't work and Illustrator escapes from their trap, Ladybug summons another lucky charm. Carapace takes the resulting container to fill it with art supplies, while Rena Rouge and Cat Noir try to learn more about the new butterfly wielder. They ask probing questions, but Lila is quicker, manipulating Illustrator from giving information away. Most notably, she threatens to take away her powers, pulling the Ultra Kuma out of the sketchbook and allowing the heroes to discover where it's hidden. When Carapace returns with the fully stocked art supplies, Ladybug sends her team away so she can speak with Illustrator one-on-one. With help from Rena Rouge's Mirage, Ladybug convinces Illustrator that her art supplies are magical and worth trading the sketchbook for. Cat Noir destroys the sketchbook, saving Maya from Lila's control. Now rescued, Maya admits her feelings were hurt when no one looked at her drawings, and Ladybug gives her a magical charm to protect her should the voices ever return to tempt her. The heroes then console Maya by praising her drawings, and she gives one to Ladybug as a gift. Later that night, Marinette tapes the drawing into her diary while having another sleepover with Alia. Alia feels defeated by failing to gather more information about their new enemy, but Marinette encourages her. She sits down in her window seat, beckoning Alia to join her. Tiki creates a second Quagatama to gift Alia, and Marinette officially names her the successor of the Ladybug Miraculous and the Chinese Miracle Box. Alia accepts but hopes she'll never need to assume the responsibility. She then encourages Marinette to be brave and tackle her relationship with Adrien next. Marinette and Adrien finally make it to their movie date the following day. While they wait for the movie to start, Adrien apologizes to Marinette for not being what she needs, and claims he would understand if she wanted to end their relationship. Alarmed, Marinette explains that her problems stem from her unsureness of how to act in their relationship, which causes her to overthink and control every situation. Adrien takes her hand and promises they will figure it out together. Comforted by her partner's words, Marinette falls asleep against his shoulder, likely to get her first peaceful rest in days. The episode ends with a monologue from Lila, who sits obscured in the same cafe from earlier. She closes her current notebook and disappears among the people walking the street, claiming the heroes will never find her.
You'll know nothing about me, about us, about them.
Miraculous Ladybug is finally back, and Illustrator was a fantastic introduction to the series' new direction. I love the new animation, how Lila conducts herself as a villain, and that the heroes have free sanction to help around Paris whenever possible. I'm looking forward to seeing glimpses of the rest of the team at work, especially as the people of Paris learn to depend on them as much as Ladybug and Cat Noir.
Wanna see another pretty drawing?
Sorry, I don't have time. Later, okay?
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Where were you?
I went for drinks.